Now, same thing. mm, We will write something in the pipeline too. What is that? Now, what is use of this thing is if you want to trigger it after building of some job. Okay.
Okay.
So we have seen this thing, right? Suppose this job is succeed, then only run this job. Okay. And here we have to give the other job name. So what is the name of the other job? You go here, pipeline A. So give its name here. Now, not sure it will work or not. Error is there. It is not. Oh, let me search the syntax. Yeah, I want to show you one thing also. Like if you go to the here now, if you don't know the syntax, then if you go to configuration and click on pipeline syntax, it will open one thing. Okay. So here it will generate some syntax. Like suppose like build a job, my job. Okay. So it will give us all steps which are required. Like here it is giving this thing. It means it will build this job. Okay. Currently what we want to trigger it after some job. Let's see if it is here or not. I don't know why it isn't here. Yeah, triggers and go to the string. So this is the syntax. Yes, I got sorry. Okay, so this is the syntax, and here we are going to add a pipeline. Okay, now this should follow. I think we forgot to remove these things. This product is not parameterized. Now observe the build. Current build is 48. Okay. Now
Right.
let's run this job. It should trigger. Okay. Can you see? It is triggering this job.
Right.
Okay. Now
Finish.
suppose if this job is failing, pipeline one is failing. If we add some error manually,
Mhm.
let's see if it is triggering this pipeline or not. So it is failed. Now see. Oh. So it is not triggering the new job. Okay. Right now.
Right.
Yeah. So it will be triggered after the success. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I will update this thing in the README. Mm. Okay. Now we know what is use of this trigger. Okay. All we already know. What if you want to trigger a job from another job? Is it possible? Yeah, it is also possible. Okay. Now let's see. This is a pipeline one, and you want to trigger a pipeline two. Okay, pipeline two. So the trick is go here in the pipeline syntax. Sorry, not here. Okay. Go to configure, then click on pipeline syntax. Once you click on here, you are moved to here. Then here you can select the multiple options. Okay, so like I'm selecting build a job. So it will give us the step. What we want to trigger? We want to trigger this particular pipeline. Just copy it and paste it here. Now generate. And here we are getting some syntax. Okay, so you can use this here. Okay, now I'm going to run this with this particular syntax. Apply. Just observe the pipeline 2. So currently there are only 2 jobs for the pipeline A. Now I'm going to build my first pipeline. Build now. What is this? Okay, I guess we have misplaced this one. So it should be in the steps. Can you see here? Scheduling project 1, pipeline A. Okay, so it means here you can see that pipeline 3. So it triggered pipeline A. Refresh this thing. Here you can see that it is triggering new job. Okay, so it is very helpful. Like in case of CI/CD, once like I told na, what is CI/CD? CI/CD is the CI is the build process and CD is the deployment process. Like right. So during the CI, we will build the image and for, like suppose it is for the development environment, then CD job should trigger automatically once the CI job is finished. Okay. So in this case, we can use this particular syntax. Okay, build pipeline. Right, got it now? Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
got it. I was speaking on mute. Sorry, yeah, got it.
Okay, so and similarly here, if you don't remember any syntax, just go here in the pipeline syntax, select whatever thing you want, like echo, and click on generate. It will give you some block. Okay, so it is very helpful in a lot of ways. Like there are n number of options. Like here you can see that there is a retry block is there. So click on retry, like give some additional inputs. Click retry. Here you can see that it is giving us the syntax. Okay. Now I think the trigger part is over and the declarative thing is successfully completed. Okay, so do you have any doubt in this declarative pipelines?
As of now, no.
Okay, now let's move toward the scripted one. So we already seen what is the scripted one. So there is a particular syntax with the scripted. Okay, in the pipeline we have the blocks. Okay, we have various blocks, but scripted is like totally groovy script. It only requirement is this node block. Okay, that's it. If you give it here and run any pipeline, like I'm running this thing now. So if you see, it is running, right? It is running successfully. So its only requirement is this node block, okay, on which it should run. That's it. So it is very simple thing. Okay, but and it is used for highly customizable pipeline. Okay, because here we can use the Groovy script. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, and here also we can add the stages block, but it is not a compulsory. Okay, so in the pipeline, as you seen last time also, if you don't add the text block, it is not working fine. Okay, but here there is no restriction. I can write anything here in the stages, or also I can write outside the stage. Okay, I'm outside. It is also permitted. So let's run this job. No. So I think, yeah, so syntax, so stages should be in smaller case. It is succeeding. Okay. It's a script just add-on. Here I'm outside. So if you go out, okay, and you see here and you click on logs, you are only seeing this thing. This is a scripted pipeline with stages, but we are not seeing this. I'm outside, okay, because it is outside the stage.
Okay.
Okay, it is permitted in the scripted pipeline to write anything outside stage. It is not means there is no compulsion that we have to include stages and all those things, but the best practice is we have to include some stages. Okay. Now, yeah. So similar to like the label thing or agent thing, here we can use the label directly inside this node. Okay. If you want to run on the particular slave which has the label, like I want to run on the slave which has this label CI. Okay, so it is so syntax like this. Here we just have to mention this thing in this kind of blocks. Okay, so now, so here you can see running on my SSH slave. What if you want to run on the master? Okay, so let's go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, go to the configure system. Let's see if we have any label to the master. Yes, we have this label. Okay, so let's use this. Okay, so can you see it is running on Jenkins? Jenkins means it is a Jenkins master. Okay, okay. So this is the syntax of the scripted one. Okay, node thing is over. Let's move toward the environment. So like in case of declarative one, we have seen we have to mention some block. Okay, some environment block should be there, like environment, and then like this. Okay, and then here we have to mention some variables, right? But here it means here the syntax is different. So if you see this thing, so here you can see that the syntax is totally different. Here what you are doing, we are prepending this environment dot thing. Okay, and then variable name. If it gives like this na, then this will be an environment variable. If you don't give it like name3, okay, like Omkar. Okay, now I'm giving this thing. Let's see what will be the output. Can you guess what will be the output?
Output, let me check. Output would be environment Bajito, environment echo name 1. It will give Bajito, cabin, and Cuckoo. Right?
Let's see. Let's see. So for first it is giving Vegito, Kevin, and Omkar. Okay. So even though we are for name3 we are giving Goku, it is printing Omkar. Okay. Let's see. Env dot omcar. Okay, now let's run like this. Here you can say it is giving Goku. Why?
Because you have passed the Goku, right?
Yeah, so here I am setting this to the Goku here. Okay, but we are getting two output for the same thing. Okay, here we are getting Omkar. Okay, and here we are getting Goku.
Right.
Right, but there are same names, na? Why?
Because
Okay,
both are different, right?
yes, right. They are different, but like here it is a simple variable. So by default, it will check for the if there is a variable with this name is available or not. So it is currently available. Okay. If this thing is not available, then it will check for env dot. Then it will prepend this with env. Okay. So that is why here we are getting Omkar, and here we are getting Goku, because here we are directly specifying env dot. Got it, na?
Got it.
Okay, so this is the environment variable. Let's see. Environment variable means, let me show you. So I would suppose we want to run some shell script, okay, or some shell command. Then for that we need to use the this block, sh block, and here you can write anything. Like now, here I'm writing same thing. Okay. Let's see. Printing all these three variables. Let's see what is the output. Now I'm removing this thing. Okay. Okay. Now see the output. Let me remove this thing so that we can remove the confusion. So means why I'm giving some focus on this, because many times we will be working on only variables now. So it is very means okay. I think we have to remove this thing. Okay. So here also you can see that we can use the environment variable as well. Okay. Okay. So here we are getting the required output, right? Now let's see the change this thing. So can you see the difference? Because means there is also a difference between this the double quotes versus single quote. Okay. So if you observe this thing, here we are getting testing. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Here we are getting testing means the same code. There is no difference. Only difference is we have changed the codes. Or let's see. Or else what will there? Double quotes, and here single quotes. So here you can see that all things are similar, okay, but there is a difference in output. Why? Because if you see these three things, na, three lines are equal, na. These three lines are equal, but still we are getting different output. Why? Because in the single quote, this thing will be used. This thing by default it is the first priority because this is a shell script. Okay, but in a double quotes, it will use this kind of variables. Okay, means are you getting means what I want to say?
Yes.
Yes. So okay, so this is about the variable and double quotes. Okay, and how to use it inside the shell script as well. Okay, there are also other way also, like if you want to specify like this. Okay, so let's see, like the declarative pipeline. Here also we can have, you can use this particular kind of block and use it. Okay, but it is kind of tricky. It is not recommended to use this thing, but I guess if you want to use it, you can use it. Okay, here, but for this you have to specify the with env block. Okay, so let's see. Okay, value 1, value 2, value 3. Okay, so here what is the syntax? Here we are giving the variable names. Okay, here their value. Okay, and in the with env block we are specifying the whole this particular variable name, and then we can use directly this kind of values using env syntax, env dot var1. Okay, so just for your knowledge, I have added this example, but it is not recommended to use this thing. Okay, now let's move toward the environment is done. Now fail fast trick. Yeah, so as I said, means so in the scripted pipeline, there is no special things are available for the fail fast thing. Okay, then you have to handle this using programmatic way. Okay, so here you can see that I have added some logic here. We are defining one variable and it is by default true. Okay, and if this is failing, na, this pipeline is failing, then we are setting it to the false. Okay, okay, it is checking for this thing every time. Okay, so I think you don't need to remember this thing. Okay, because it's
Yes.
not that much use, but just for information I'm showing you this thing.
Okay.
Okay, and the parallel thing, so I think this thing is also needed. This is something important. Okay, so suppose if you want to run some jobs in parallel or some stages in parallel, so for there here is a special syntax, but in the declarative one you have to define a parallel block, and then inside that parallel block you have to define a stages, right?
Right.
Yeah, but here there is no such a provision. Okay, for that what we have to do, we have to create some list, and then here you have to add some stages. Maybe I have added this example here. Yeah. So I have added this example here. So here this is a parallel function. Okay, it is a function, it is not any kind of block. If you see this, their round bracket are here, right? It means it is a function, and here we are passing a map. Map means key value pair. So this is the key and this is the stage, the Earth's value. Okay, so are you getting what we are saying here?
Yes.
So it is here, it is running in a parallel mode, but the syntax is totally different. Okay, just remember this thing. There are a lot of difference in the scripted and the declarative pipeline. Okay, so we have seen this one also. And if you want to add some dynamic pipelines, okay, maybe sometimes you don't know how many stages will be there, and you have to add some stages dynamically. There is also provision.
Okay.
Okay, like here we have stage 1. Let's see. Let's see the output first. So all the stages are running parallelly. So here you can see it is a first, second, third, third, first, third, second, third, one. So it is, there is no order. Okay, there is no order. It will run any stage at any time. Got it, na?
Got it.
Yeah. So just remember syntax. Okay. So this is the stages is the map. Map means key value pair. Do you know what is a map? Map is the key value pair. Here there will be some name and here will be value like Omkar. Here there will be a again there will be a key, age, some value. Okay. So it is a map. Currently it is empty, and here we are defining some name here or a key. Key is stage 1, and here it is a value. So value contains this stage. Okay. So it is kind of dynamic. Okay. Means I think it is complex to understand at this time because you don't have the enough experience. But in the future you will require this kind of things. Okay. Then in that case you can just revisit this thing. Okay, but just remember this thing. There is also we can add dynamic stages. Okay, got it, na?
Got it.
Now the parallel is over. Retry. I think we don't have to give any practical to retry. Okay, so it's here the syntax is also similar. Okay, so here is the retry block. So let's see. Okay, it is successful. Why? Let's see. What is the logic? Why it is successful? Any idea?
Because we have given this parallel, right?
No, not because of parallel. Okay, so parallel means only it will run these stages in the parallel. Okay,
Correct.
there is no the only use is it will run all the stages in the parallel way to reduce the time. Okay, build time. It is succeeding because in the retry, what we are writing here, we are writing if the count is less than 2, then add error. Okay, but during each retry, we are increasing this count by 1. Okay, so by default it will be 1. Once it is here, it will be 2. I think we should increase this thing to like 4. Okay, so I think you will better understand. So can you see here we are failing, error failing. Now it is succeeding. Why it is succeeding? Because this, if you see the count now, count we have set it to the 1. Okay, initially. Now we are coming here inside this test stage. Okay, and here we are coming here. Now count is 2, right? We are adding one value to count, right?
Right.
Yeah. So now the count is 2, right? So now 2 is less than 4, is it?
Yes.
Yes, right. So because of this condition is true. That is why we are entering inside this if condition, and here we are failing. Okay. Now because we have failed, it will again come back here and going to retrieve. So here again it will go to this stage echo. Again it will increase count by 1. Now it is 3. 3 is less than 4. Okay, it is true. That is it is again failing. That is why it is again going back to this block. Now the count is 4. So is 4 less than 4? No. So that is why it is going to this next step. So it means it is succeeding. Okay, got it, na?
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So if you observe the output clearly, let's see, for build job 2, it is coming here. It is failing. Okay. Because it is failing, it is not reaching to its end thing. Okay. It is not reaching to this thing. Once we got the error, it is going back to here. It is not going here. Okay. It is not been completed till now. Once it is succeeding this thing, then only it will print this thing. Okay. Got it, na?
Got it.
Okay. Now go to the tools. So tools, as we seen in the script pipeline also, if you want to add or work on multiple tools, it is possible. Okay, you just have to mention this thing in global tool configuration. Here you can see that there is a Maven section is there, and add the version of your Maven, specify here, and you can give any name here. Here we have given Maven 3_9. Now go back. And the syntax means there is no proper syntax actually for this. No, it is not open node. Okay, it is open. Okay. So actually there is no proper syntax. Okay, for tool, but I have added one hack here. Okay, so it will just give you the particular Maven path, and we are just adding that in the path variable. So do you know what is the path variable?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I think it will be easy for you to understand. So we are just adding the path to the path variable. So this thing will give us the path of the Maven. But why we are getting this error?
There are no tools name Maven. We have to give 3.9. We have given 3_9.
It is not in hard code. You can go to the manage Jenkins global tool configuration and let's check if there is a tool with this particular name available or not. So if we list down here, there is no 3_9. Okay, but we have Maven 3_6, and here we have given my latest. Okay, so we haven't given the name Maven 3_9. We have given it as a my latest. So let's use this thing. Okay, and there is a spelling mistake. Okay, so can you see we are getting the desired output? Okay, so this is just a hack which I have given to you. Okay, it is not available anywhere. Okay, so just note down this thing. Remember this thing. Now the next thing is input and approve. So we have already seen this particular block, and the syntax is kind of same, means, but there is small differences there. Like block here, we don't have block here. We have the function. Okay, so the minor difference is there. I don't think so. Means we have to do practical for this, right?
Right.
Yeah, we can understand easily. It is similar to other thing. Only the difference is this particular braces. Okay, everything is similar. Okay, the only thing is it is a function. It is not a block. Okay, now let's go to the post. So as we seen in the other thing, in the scripted pipeline, sorry, in the declarative one, there was a particular block was available, like post block, right? But here we don't have such a kind of thing. We have to write our own logic. Okay, so we have to use like this. Okay, so by default, Jenkins will provide you some variables like current build, previous result. Okay, previous build, current build dot previous build. This kind of things are by default given to you by Jenkins whenever you are running this pipeline. So using that particular variable, you can achieve the same thing here in the scripted pipeline. Okay, so you are getting what you are doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting, na? Means what you are doing here.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now we went to the post. Now go to the property. So in the script declarative, we had options, but here we have the properties. Okay, so like build discarder, disable concurrent build. If you want to give a pipeline properties, here you can mention. If you want to run this job as a cron, here you can mention it. Okay, got it now?
Got it.
Okay. Now let's go to the parameters. So parameters also are similar to the other thing. Only difference is small difference. So in there we had option block. Here we have properties block, and instead that there is a parameters block. Okay. So difference is very small. You can try by yourself. If you think okay it is working for you, then okay. If not working, then ask me.
Okay.
Now let's move toward the this thing triggers. So trigger is also similar to other thing. Only difference is small difference in the what is this syntax. Okay. So I'm not going to explain this again. I think you already know this. Okay. So the scripted thing is over. So do you have any doubts?
No, as of now. I will do the practice and I will ask.
Okay. So but what do you think? What is the difference between scripted and the declarative pipeline?
The scripted and declarative, only the one difference is that that is start with parallel and is start with node. Correct?
No. That is why I'm asking you to do a practical. Okay. Once you do a practical, you will get the doubts. You will understand this thing. So scripted will start with a pipeline. Then there is a particular syntax in the in the
Yeah. The
declarative.
pipeline.
There is a
Yes, pipeline, and that start with node, right?
right. Yeah, but there is a particular syntax in the pipeline. There are some particular blocks are available. Okay, like stages,
There
steps.
is no block are also available in it, right?
So in the scripted, we can directly write only node block, and we can write our code, all the code in the Groovy. Okay, so there is no restriction, like we have to use some blocks. Okay, but then why do we use the declarative one?
So it's depend, right?
Right, it depends upon developer to developer, but
Right.
most of the people are preferring to write a declarative one because there are already some logic is available. Like as we have seen, if you want to use the post block, there is no such a provision in the scripted one. Okay, then for that we have to write some conditional code. Okay, so if nobody means most of people don't know the Groovy script. Okay, then in that case, what they will do, they will just directly use the scripted pipeline. They will directly use the post block. Okay, got it, na?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So remember all these things. Please do practice. Okay, how to run the print something. Okay, how to write the Groovy code, simple print and some define some function. Okay, define some variable, update their values. Try to print some environment variable using SS block. Okay, so do that practice. I think this is enough for today, right?
Right.
Yeah, because we already covered this thing. Once you do the practical, I guess means you will have some doubts. Because I'm thinking that means you are just saying yes, but you are not understanding.
Yeah. I will do
So,
that.
okay, then it is not good. Means if you are just going ahead, moving ahead, just teaching you something, and if you are don't remember anything, then in the future it will be very difficult for me to means give you answers, because that time you will be having doubt in multiple things.
Yes. No issues. I will do that.